I don't hear anything from the producer, no.
He does not. I can tell. We're coming on the air. He doesn't hear you.
Bikes feeds it in. Diener to win it. God, he's done it again! Travis Diener and the Golden Eagles are the champions of TBT.
It can be said for every 2 minutes of championship celebration, there are 8 seasons of dedication, creativity, and sacrifice. TBT, the basketball tournament, turns 8 this summer, and its direction has never been more impressive. Through its 7 championships, there have been over 400 teams who have competed in America's best and only open basketball tournament. Over 5,000 of the best players from around the basketball universe have made each succeeding year this celebration of the game a unique tournament to remember. Year 8 will be even better as TBT welcomes a record 28 college alumni teams, all chasing the $1 million winner-take-all jackpot. It's world-class basketball on the most innovative stage in the game. Uniquely, it's the basketball tournament. Settle in and welcome to TBT season number 8.
We're getting wild in Wichita. TBT third round action. It is win or go home. Tonight, 2 teams will punch their tickets to Dayton. Our first game pits the 5th-seeded Florida TNT. They've been so impressive. They will take on the red-hot number 1 seed, Eberlein Drive. We've completed 2 rounds here in the Wichita Regional. Already 12 teams have been eliminated. We are down to the final 4 teams. 2 games tonight. The 2 winners will advance to championship week in Dayton starting July 31st. Once in Dayton, what you got to do, folks, win 3 straight games and you will pocket $1 million. With that as our backdrop, let's do it. Going to play some basketball. 2 games coming your way. Both games will finish with that oh-so-exciting Elam ending that is unique to TBT basketball. Hello, everyone. So glad you could join us with my partner, Fran Fraschilla. I am Eric Collins. We're foaming at the mouth right now, folks, because we get a chance to see 2 games. And, Fran, the first game we're going to see is arguably a real treat for people who love offense. We're going to see Eberlein Drive that has been magnificent.
This is a third-round game, but it could be a championship game 3 weeks from now or 2 weeks from now in Dayton. Eberlein Drive's got 7 guys averaging 10 points or more. This is a team that could probably win the G League. No exaggeration. You'll remember some of these guys, a couple first-round picks, and really not that old. They can still play. But you love the way they move the ball. They got a lot of weapons, and going to be fun to watch them.
They had 18 dunks last game that they played. Eberlein Drive, very athletic, and they can score the basketball from anywhere on the floor.
Absolutely. Marcus Teague, who played at Kentucky, first-round pick, and Archie Goodwin's a first-round pick, getting it done. Watch this back cut right here. These guys know how to play. Again, lots of weapons. A.J. Slaughter's playing overseas, part of the Polish national team. And there's Archie Goodwin, former Kentucky Wildcat. They've got some firepower, but Florida TNT's got a little bit too. Dominic Jones got an NBA championship ring with the Dallas Mavericks. He's playing over in China now at a high level. They make a lot of money in China, folks. This guy is too. Kenny Boynton, former McDonald's All-American, a star in Florida for Billy Donovan. That is 1-1-2 punch, let me tell you.
All right, getting ready to tip it off. Before we do, let's check in with Jen Hale in the building. Jen, take it away, my friend.
Eric, when you talk about firepower for Eberlein Drive, let me put that in context for y'all. 8 out of 9 players shot above 50% in that game versus the Stillwater Stars. 18 dunks. And the shooting average for the entire team, 69%. They are going to be a tough out. However, Florida TNT certainly has pedigree as well. Y'all mentioned Dominique Jones. He is actually the third highest scorer in TBT history. He joins us now. Dominique, where can TNT have a matchup advantage over Eberlein Drive tonight?
I think just our guards, will have a matchup advantage over them. But, just the team entirely, I think our team is the better team. But this is why we play the games. So we'll see. They're a good team. We respect them a lot. But we came here to do something. So we're here.
Speaking of playing the game, you added Tristan Spurlock. He literally arrived an hour and a half ago. He's going to come off the bench. The coaches describe him as a glue guy. What does he add to your squad tonight?
Oh, man, he's a great player. We're not worried about him. I feel like he could have came straight from the airport and stepped on the court and played. So our team, we're just focused on chemistry and playing hard and just having good energy.
Awesome. Dominique, best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
Guys, we'll send it back to you.
Jen, thank you so much. Let's do it. Let's play some basketball. First of 2 games to finish off this Wichita Regional on a Tuesday evening. Let's take a look at our starting lineups brought to you by Air Force Reserve. We start with the 5th seed, Florida TNT. Dominique Jones, just heard from him. Kenny Boynton has been magnificent for a decade now playing pro ball. Chris Warren, former Ole Miss star. Keith Clanton and Andrew Smith, fresh off a season playing overseas in Germany. Florida TNT is coached by Iron Rainey. He'll be matching wits with Cody Toppert, calling the shots for the number 1 seed, Eberlein Drive. Let's take a look at their starting lineup, brought to you by Air Force Reserve. Familiar names, Marcus Teague, Archie Goodwin, both with NBA pedigrees. A.J. Slaughter. Nick Mayo's been a revelation here in this tournament. And Jeremy Evans is a high-flying stud, 2012 NBA dunk champion.
This is a quality team. We mentioned the depth, 7 players so far in 2 games in double figures. They share the ball, but they have weapons. And honestly, Eric, this team could win the G League. I'm not denigrating the G League in any way, shape, or form, but this is a very, very sound, solid team, number 1 seed for a reason.
I can't get over the fact that they had 18 dunks, Eberlein Drive, in the most recent game, which was Sunday against the Stillwater Stars. It's unheard of. I can't think of an NBA game with 18 dunks.
Stillwater had that great upset win in the first round, coming back over Team Enchantment. And Mike, in the NCAA tournament, when you have the first round upset, then you realize, uh-oh, that's basically what happened to Doug Gottlieb's team. But they gave us some memories with that 24-point comeback in the opening round.
Yep. All right, so Florida TNT, this is how they got here. They won 2 games, first one on Saturday against Kimchi Express, and then they backed it up with a win over a veteran club out of L.A., the L.A. Cheaters. That was Sunday, so they went back-to-back games over the weekend to get here to tonight's game on a Tuesday. Andrew Smith will jump center for Florida TNT. They call him Drew Smith. I talked to him before the game. He said he actually prefers Drew.
Okay, well, that's what he's going to be tonight.
All right.
Yeah.
Listed on the program as Andrew, calling him Drew. And the tap is won by the guys wearing white. Eberlein Drive starts with the basketball.
Well, they'll run some stuff. There's no question. They had a training camp at the University of Memphis, and Larry Brown and Penny Hardaway got involved in their preparation. Nice. There you go.
First shot of the game, NBA veteran Jeremy Evans misses, but gets his own tap. First 2 points go to Eberlein Drive.
I don't think everybody across at Arkansas jumps that way, but he's been doing that a long time, Jeremy Evans.
Working on the block, the big man, Keith Clanton.
Yes.
That's a grown man move. The under.
Yep. Keith Clanton has been really hard to guard in this tournament. Former UCF star. By the way, don't say something Florida. They don't like it.
I knew that. Had my hand slapped many times over the years. Here's Teague. A fun day for the Teague family. His older brother Jeff, member of the Milwaukee Bucks. And a good start for Marcus there. Hits a 16-footer.
You think Marcus is going to run back to the hotel tonight and watch that game? I think so.
I think he pleaded to play in this first game, not the second one. And another bucket inside by the big fella, Keith Clanton.
Played in Japan last year. He's only been in 9 different countries, so you know what his passport was.
That's it, huh? Here's Chris Warren, 32-year-old point guard, 4-year starter at Ole Miss. Dominique Jones, his first shot. Clanton had the rebound for a moment, cleared by Mayo. Let me see go. Wraparound pass is somehow plucked out of the air by Smith. Now numbers for Florida TNT, 5-on-4. And a blocking foul called on Jeremy Evans.
On a team with two smaller guards, Boynton and Warren, they're actually the scorers. Dominique Jones is the facilitator. Built like a linebacker. Watch the athleticism of Drew Smith right there. Former Liberty Flame star. Has a Latvian passport. I don't know what that means. But he does have one. Early in his career, he played for the Latvian national team for a brief period of time.
So Drew Smith at the free throw line, 28-year-old. Played collegiately at Liberty. Most recently played in Germany and got some good experience out of it, got some money, and also got a wife out of it.
Yeah.
He married a German girl.
I always advise guys when they go overseas, I ask them, you have a girlfriend? They go, no. I go, good.
Well, he married a German girl.
See?
And obviously she speaks fluent English, and he is working on his German.
And they will work on their Swedish this year, because that's where he's headed to play after that year in Germany.
A.J. Slaughter whips a pass into the corner. This is Goodwin. Shot clock dips below 10.
I like it. Look how they spread the floor.
Yep. Evans, that's a three-pointer.
Yep. Jeremy Evans stood out that top of the key. They opened the floor for him, and he took what the defense gave him.
Bad entry pass. A little bit of an overplay by Evans, and that forces the pass out of bounds. Eberlein drives the basketball in a lead.
Jeremy Evans, 7 years with the Utah Jazz, and you mentioned that dunk contest, winning back in 12. Look at him.
Evans blocked by Clanton. You take it away from Evans, you're doing something. Boynton down to Clanton. They're making a concerted effort to put the offense through Clanton.
Foul.
And Evans reaches in. The big fella, Clanton, goes to the line for a pair.
Well, they've done this in the first 2 games. This kid is really hard to guard. Keith Clanton played at UCF about 8 years ago. There was a team in this tournament, Pedro's Posse, back in 16 and 17. Mike Chalker, Jason Williams was on that team. He and Mike Bibby.
Yeah.
They were a little bit past their prime, but Keith Clanton was a part of that group. As you know, this Florida TNT was some Tampa guys, some Orlando guys, a couple Pompano Beach guys. Lake Wales is what I should say. Really, there's 3 Lake Wales high school guys on this team.
Here's Mayo. Wow! Nick Mayo with the right hand.
This kid is you may see him in the NBA in the next year or 2.
He's thick, too.
Yep.
6'8", 250 pounds.
We've seen him do it outside, too.
And now he's taking on the responsibility of trying to guard Clanton. Does a good job on Clanton, forces the miss, and the rebound goes to the drive. Goodwin fades, can't hit it.
Whoa.
And pass picked off by Goodwin. Numbers now for Eberlein drive.
Too late, got to give it up sooner, Arch.
And Goodwin is fouled.
Yep. Great guards in the middle of the floor. Give it up. You got a guy ahead of you, throw it ahead. It's an art form in the NBA. Watch this block out. This is perfect. This is the perfect block out right here. We used to practice this. Do such a good job, the ball hits the ground.
I'm with you on
I
that.
like it. But I'll tell you, Nick Mayo is going to make near 7 figures next year in Japan. Not quite, but near.
Good golly.
They pay great, and it's a great lifestyle. But I've got a couple of NBA scouting buddies who think that this kid, who had a tremendous career at Eastern Kentucky, he was no slouch. He's one of the all-time best players in the Ohio Valley that he could play in the NBA.
Mayo. Well, I'll tell you what, they eat healthy over there in Japan. He may be the only form of mayo you can find in Japan.
He'll be asking for the mayo. Sorry, not with the sushi. Little soy sauce, maybe.
Archie Goodwin's winning share, sent with Zell, $75,000. Should Eberlein Drive win this tournament. All right, we got a change for Eberlein Drive, their first substitution. They bring in Trevlin Queen. I've been very impressed with Trevlin Queen. He wears number 2 in white. 24-year-old, played at New Mexico State.
Good ball movement.
Here's Warren, step inside the line.
Nice.
Long 2-pointer. for the veteran Warren.
Really nicely done. Great shot fake, draw the defense, kick it out, and Chris Warren, a little shot fake. Scoring guard.
One other change to tell you about for Eberlein Drive, 24. Marcus Lee into the game. Marcus Lee, like Archie Goodwin, former McDonald's All-American. Big deal. Played his first 3 years at Kentucky. Finished off his college experience at Cal. Tristan Spurlock's checked into the game, number 13 in red. Told you about his trains, planes, and automobiles just to get here to tonight's game.
Another solid Central, UCF guy. Started his career at Virginia. Watch this. This guy's a playmaker.
Jones sets up Warren in the corner, and now they'll regroup. Mark Eddie Norelia into the ball game for Florida TNT. Boynton. It's his first shot of the ball game. It is.
We'll get a few up. More than that, trust me.
Halfway through the first quarter, Boynton had yet to take a shot. Offensive rebound. Mayo.
He threw it through his legs.
Pass. Oh.
He threw it through the defender's legs.
Nick Mayo knows how to play the game of basketball. Wow, that was glorious. 4-point lead for Eberlein Drive. I was impressed enough with the one-handed rebound on the offensive glass.
Absolutely. And we know he can score. That's his trademark. Oh, that's nice.
Deep penetration by Warren. Missed the floater. Leading by 4, here comes Eberlein Drive. Goodwin gets right to the rack. And all of a sudden, Florida TNT are starting to gasp a little bit. They're in trouble. They're seeing what Eberlein Drive is all about. So an impressive start for Eberlein Drive.
Take a look right here. Watch this pass. Whoa! Trickeration. Nicely done. Nick Mayo with a little mustard on that one.
TBT, the basketball tournament, is presented by Puma and by E&J Brandy. The
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yay!
Yes. And it's actually spot on. Your lips are saying what?
I have no idea what you said at the beginning of the game, but I'm sure it was awesome.
TBT, the basketball tournament, is presented by Puma and by E&J Brandy, the official spirit of the TBT.
Welcome back to TBT here in Wichita. The #1 seed Eberlein Drive leads 15-9 early on. Guys, it was a dunking clinic in their blowout win versus the Stillwater Stars earlier. 18 dunks. It was amazing. Wondering if we're going to see more of that tonight if this game is not close. But obviously, we're waiting for Florida TNT to make their run. They're not going to go away easily.
Florida TNT using that last timeout to regroup. It's been a 6-0 run for the last handful of minutes by Eberlein Drive, but it ends right there. Keith Clanton, another field goal. Clanton's now 3 for 3 shooting the basketball. Devin Robinson's checked into the game for the first time for Eberlein Drive. Also into the game, L.J. Coward. Coward wears number 4 in white.
So you got a couple NBA guys coming off the bench for this team. That's pretty good.
Swirling half hook made by Marcus Lee. That was a tough chance.
One of the things I love about the TBT, Eric, is guys that we watched in college are just better. They're better players than they were when they were 19 or 20. Watch Marcus Lee right here. Pretty good move.
That's a wonderful
Scoop shot.
move.
Yep.
Boynton dips it back out to Jones. Extra pass into the corner. Catch and shoot. Brandon Robinson misfire. Eberlein Drive. They have tried this for 8 consecutive years. Every tournament they've been in. Never won the whole thing. But they've got a real puncher's chance this season. Been very impressed with their performance so far through a couple of games here in Wichita. Jones keeps the dribble alive somehow.
Well, that 30-second shot clock is a long time, isn't it? When you're used to 24.
Shot clock's down to 4. Boynton. Good offense right there.
Absolutely. I thought Keith Clanton could have gone right up through the defender, but he made a great kick out. Kenny Boynton is not going to slow down. You're going to see him start to get more aggressive offensively. He's really letting the game come to him right now, but he'll get going. They run that 5 out with the screener. Nice shot block.
Clanton got another one. And Marcus Lee, who has been very active coming off the bench, he's fouled and will go to the line. Marcus Lee now 28 years of age.
Take a look right here. Marcus played in Italy last year, was nearly a double-double guy, not quite, but did some good things.
Here's a look at how Cody Toppert's Eberlein Drive plan to share their $1 million prize sent with Zell. Lee's now 6. Final 141 of our first quarter.
I'm looking out there. This is a good team. I'm looking at an NBA player in Devin Robinson. Trevelyan Queen could be there someday. Jeremy Evans played in the league a long time. It's a pretty good basketball team out there.
And a foul is called. Bad screen. Turnover gives it right back over to Florida TNT. Busy day for Cody Topper, huh?
Yeah. Coach this morning at Memphis, where he's an assistant coach under Penny Hardaway. Got on a plane, flew through Atlanta to Wichita, and got here in time. He's got a great coaching staff, too. Justin Wetzel and Matt Brazy, 2 guys that have been in the G League. Matt Brazy, of course, the grandson. We'll get a shot at him later. He's the grandson of the great Bud Olson, and Matt was the head coach of the RGV Vipers for a number of years. And served on Mike D'Antoni's staff in Houston.
Last basket by Marcus Teague of Eberlein Drive. Let's see if Boynton gets started. Just 1 field goal here in the first quarter for Boynton. Blocked away, but a foul. That is an SEC on SEC foul. Kenny Boynton, an All-American at Florida, fouled by Marcus Teague, who was a one-and-done at Kentucky.
And now watch this. Watch the contact on this drive. It looked like the foul was on, could have been on Devin Robinson. That's why Teague was probably complaining right here. He got ball, and then Robinson followed through.
Still would have been an SEC on SEC foul if Devin Robinson played in Florida.
That's right.
Now this week, Wednesday Night Baseball features a great pitching matchup as Kyle Hendricks and the Cubs going to take on Adam Wainwright and the Cardinals. Action starts 8 Eastern, 7 Central on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and the ESPN app. One app, one tap. Final 45 seconds of our first quarter. Very impressive first quarter for Eberlein Drive. Teague hounded by Boynton.
Nice.
Cutting Evans, had it slapped away. Picked up by Robinson, who drops it through.
Really nice job by Marcus Teague of getting into the lane, keeping a defender on his back. We call that a hostage dribble because the defender could never get back inside of it. Good job.
Shot clock's off. Boynton holding it up high.
Yes, be ready. Yes, we're good with
Florida
that.
TNT trying to limit the damage. They don't want to be down by anything more than 9 at the end of this quarter.
They'll switch this. There you go.
Boynton misses the long 2. Evans steps down the rebound, and that'll do it for our first quarter of play. Eberlein drive, oh so impressive so far through the first 9 minutes here in Wichita, Kansas. 23-14 our score as we head to quarter number 2.
One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2,
Talk to me,
3,
I can't
4,
hear you.
5, 6, 7, 8,
No.
9, 10.
Keep talking.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fran's got to be able to hear me.
Yes,
He's got to hear my sideline report.
I got you. Now my life's in order.
Your life is complete.
Now it's everything. We got it. All good.
At the road to $1 million. Time to look at the road. Time to look at the road to $1 million sent with Zell. Eberlein Drive made light work of the Stillwater Stars in round 2. How about Nick Mayo jumping through the roof on his way to 23 points? Eberlein Drive as a team totaled 18 dunks in the contest. If Eberlein Drive wins the $1 million prize, Nick Mayo says he'll use a portion of his winning share to invest in either stocks or real estate. The majority he would put into savings with the slight possibility of treating himself to a nice dinner. Good idea. Don't forget, each TBT champion share of the $1 million prize will be sent with Zell. I like me some Nick Mayo. I think he is a fun guy who is just a terrific, fantastic young basketball player.
2,300 points in Eastern Kentucky. He was 145th on the all-time scoring list in college basketball. 145, you'd be saying, nah, that's a great deal, but when you think about thousands of players, that is. Yep.
One of the best to ever come out of Maine.
I know it.
Grew up in Maine. Goodwin, that's a quality professional Euro step, and he's got the first basket of our second quarter.
Yeah, this team is loaded. This team is loaded.
Long-range shot missed by Dominic Jones. Another one and done. A.J. Slaughter quickly the other way. Well, number for you, Fran. With that last layup by Goodwin, Eberlein Drive now has 18 points in the paint. They have more points in the paint than Florida TNT has total.
When we think of points in the paint, it's not just the big guys, it's the attacking of the paint by those guards.
Yeah, we only had one combined three-pointer made in the first quarter. It was both clubs just trying to get to the rack, and Eberlein Drive did it better than Florida TNT. Marcus Teague to misfire.
the question for Florida TNT is, can they keep riding Keith Clanton inside? Because they try to do it early, but they really haven't gone back to it.
Warren, long three. Starting backcourt of Kenny Boynton and Chris Warren, just 5 points so far. Those guys capable of heating up and hurry. Matt Williams into the game. He's hounding Slaughter. Forces AJ to give the basketball up. Team darts inside, another layup for Eberlein Drive.
They're going 5 out. They're bringing the big guys away from the basket, so there's plenty of room, to your point, Eric, to score in the paint from that guard situation. Take a look right now. Marcus Teague attacking the paint. Look at the space. Downhill to the rim. Oh, man, that's hard to guard.
This year's tournament includes new teams and new looks. Here's a deeper look at all the team logos, courtesy of 99 Designs by Vistaprint. Rand, you told me you like that one lower right-hand side. Ohio.
Yep. Ohio 1804, the former Bobcat alumni. And Challenge ALS. Always have a soft spot in my heart for those guys.
Look at that. Drew Smith coming along the wing, brings it down with 2 hands. Florida TNT needs more of that.
Who was the kid that played at Colorado State, the big kid that played for the Sixers for a while? Smith.
Yes, Jason.
Jason Smith, yeah, he's got a little Jason Smith in this game. He looks like Kyle Korver a little, too.
Devin Robinson, another field goal.
Weapons.
Offense has been phenomenal for Eberlein Drive.
Coming into tonight, Eric, 7 guys averaging double figures. Tells you all you need to know.
Let's see what Mayo can do working against Clanton. Forces him to give it up.
Shoot it.
Warren left alone. That's got to fall, and Florida TNT is going to stay in this one.
Mayo's likely to see Clanton a lot this year because they're both going to play in Japan.
Careless mistake. Goodwin fumbles it out of bounds.
Very good. Jason Smith, you got that one. First round pick.
Come on, I'm ready to go.
Oh, it's hard to get anything past you. That's impressive.
It's like trying to sneak sunlight past a rooster.
It's
not going to happen.
Like Federer and Djokovic. We just keep batting it back and forth. I'm impressed.
Sneak some cheese past a rat. It's not going to happen.
We got long rallies.
Turnover. And that's a European foul. We figured that out.
Yep.
Drew Smith trying to stop the run out. Commits the foul at half court on A.J. Slaughter.
I mentioned Drew Smith has a Latvian passport. A.J. Slaughter has been part of the Polish national team since 2015. He's also one of those guys that's a naturalized citizen. You can have that one naturalized citizen once a year. By the way, the duo of Mike Tobey and Luka Doncic could be really dangerous in the upcoming Olympics. Former Virginia star.
Played a handful of games for the Charlotte Hornets.
He did, yeah. I think they're going to combine for 40 in one game in the Olympics.
And Toby's going to get how many?
3 or 4, 5, and Luka will have 35. Take a look, good hustle right here.
Right off Boynton. So 21 seconds to shoot for Eberlein Drive. Leading by 13. Backdoor cut. Goodwin missed the layup. I think it slipped out of his hand.
They're running good stuff, however. They're getting great shots.
Clanton gets pushed off the block. He's going to start this about 15 feet away from the cup. Nothing there. Spurlock. Over to Smith. Still can't get that entry in. Five minutes to play here in our first half. First of 2 games here in Wichita. Winner of this game advances to the championship week in Dayton. That'll start July 31st. And Boynton is fouled. So this is what we have coming up. We have one more game this evening. It's a 9 o'clock Eastern time start. It's Challenge ALS taking on the Aftershocks. The Aftershocks are the de facto home team. They're a group of Wichita State alums playing here in Wichita. It's going to be a fun environment. And then tomorrow, 2 more games as we finish up the West Virginia Regional. Winners of both those games will head to Dayton for a championship week. Drew Smith hits a long three-pointer.
Looking good out there, Drew Smith. We had a great crowd on Sunday, didn't we?
And a great game, too.
Yeah, great game. One of the best ever in TBT, culminating with a steal by Marcus McDuffie in the basket, fittingly by Connor Franken.
And a bad screen set by Eberlein Drive. Connor Franken is from Wichita. Played a whole bunch of games in this building as a high school kid.
Yep.
Played at Wichita State for 3 years. Played almost countless games here in this building. He says that was the best moment he's ever had playing basketball here in this arena.
That says a lot, no doubt about it.
Boynton misses the three-pointer. 10-point lead for Eberlein Drive.
Eberlein Drive has fallen asleep the last few possessions. They really have kind of put it on cruise and haven't really been as
That's a tough shot.
yeah, that's
really?
a tough shot. They're taking that's an invisible turnover right there.
Let's see if Florida TNT can take advantage. Great catch, a small thing. But what a catch by Clinton. That ball's in his shoe tops. Can't get the half hook to fall.
To the bench next.
Mismatch, Goodwin, shaded by Clinton. Takes it right to the cup and draws the foul. The pros do. Notice mismatches. We've got a timeout on the floor. Eberlein Drive, the lead of 10. When we come back, we'll have free throws coming for Archie Goodwin. So, Jen, when you said I've got more, I heard that.
There. I love what you guys were thinking right there. Way to be on top of it, all right? Make sure we keep crashing those offensive boards. Devin, that's huge. AJ's down here, kind of walk your man in. We're going down to get LJ. LJ, you're coming up. Put your fist up like it's a ball screen. You're ghosting to the corner. TQ, bring it over. We are going to close the gate. Do we understand? AJ's going through. Wide open shot right there. Hey, guys, a couple things. Number one is the defensive effort is there, the communication's there. I love what you guys were thinking right there. Way to be on top of it, all right? Make sure we keep crashing those offensive boards. Devin, that's huge. AJ's down here, kind of walk your man in. We're going down to get LJ. LJ, you're coming up. Put your fist up like it's a ball screen. You're ghosting to the corner. TQ, bring it over. We are going to close the gate. Do we understand? AJ's going through. Wide open shot right there.
That in the huddle brought to you by Puma Basketball.
That guy will be a college head coach or NBA head coach someday. Cody Toppert, who currently with the Memphis Tigers under Penny Hardaway, former assistant coach with the Phoenix Suns, also the head coach of the Phoenix Suns G League team, and an outstanding player at Cornell for Steve Donahue, who is now the coach at Penn. But Cody's got great basketball lineage. His dad played at New Mexico. His brother played at New Mexico as well. And they're well coached, you can tell.
Lead is now 12 for Cody Toppert's Eberlein drive. Both these clubs, if they win tonight, go to championship week in Dayton, starting July 31st. And then once in Dayton, 3 wins, nets $1 million. Chris Warren hits a 3.
You know, we call that move by Warren a trigger, because when you see him dribble and not attack the basket, all he's trying to do is set up Coward to get off his jump shot. It's exactly what he did. Coward's got to know better.
Smith knocks the pass away. Here comes Warren on the run out.
Nice.
Good catch by Jones, and he converts. I think Jones has actually pushed just slightly in the back. Still made the layup.
I'll tell you, they're in this game because Eberlein drive sleptwalk for about 5 minutes.
Wonderful move, Archie Goodwin, and a foul. Goodwin coming alive.
That's a guy that obviously played in the NBA. First round pick to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Take a look. There's the trigger. Too late on that, but thank you. Yep. Yeah, there's the drive and foul by Dominique Jones on Archie Goodwin, who has already played in China, France, Turkey, Germany. Last year he was a French Pro A, very high level.
Goodwin has the last 5 for Eberlein drive. Lead is back up to 8. Here's Dominic Jones starting with the basketball. Catch and shoot, Drew Smith. Right to Boynton. Spurlock. Nick Mayo misses a wild layup.
That's the jumper. There's the dribble. He's mixing it up.
Mayo didn't fall for it.
Yep.
Smith settles for a fadeaway. Final 2 minutes here in the second quarter. Eberlein drive led by 9 at the end of the first quarter.
See how they keep the paint open, spread the floor, allows them to get downhill.
Goodwin the misfire. Boynton's got that good bounce. And that is a reach-in foul on Marcus Lee.
Kenny Boynton, 2009 McDonald's All-American. I think that was there. I think that was DeMarcus Cousins, McDonald's All-American team, if I'm not mistaken. Kenny's been around, played with some great players, played with Billy Donovan.
Well, tomorrow, how about this? New hockey team, NHL, coming to Seattle. They're going to start putting their roster together. We'll bring you the expansion draft at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ESPN2 and the ESPN app. 1 app, 1 tap. How about this? Some of Seattle's biggest names expected to announce picks. You got Sue Bird, Marshawn Lynch in beast mode, Bobby Wagner, the Glove, Gary Payton, Rain Man, Sean Kemp, and Lenny Wilkins. For you youngsters out there, Lenny Wilkins in the Hall of Fame as a player and as a head coach.
That's right. Where did he play college basketball?
Providence, come on,
Okay.
2-foot putt.
Where'd he grow up?
He's a Brooklyn kid.
Yes, he is.
He went to the same high school as Barbara Streisand.
Who else is a Brooklyn kid?
Would that be you?
Yeah, would be
Or
me.
Vince Lombardi?
Both of us.
Jeremy Evans,
Oh.
no, but Johnny on the spot is Brooklyn Queen.
By the way, we need a basketball team in Seattle.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, they will get it. Come on, Adam Silver, do the right thing.
Tristan Spurlock ran out of room. Tapped out by
Oh.
Goodwin, so active.
Oh.
What do we got? Two-hand flush, Archie Goodwin. I don't know how anyone's going to beat this Eberlein drive team. They've got it all.
They got a lot of weapons, there's no question. And this is only the 3rd round.
Jones. Eberlein drive the lead in the ball. Halfway home, 30 seconds away from halftime.
That's the follow right here by Trevelyan Queen. All right, now watch the ghost screen here. Somebody may run up like they're going to screen, and then they're going to disappear, Eric. Call that a ghost screen. Don't need it.
He gets to the cup,
I like
and
it.
yet another layup for Eberlein Drive.
Remember I said the other night, good players like Teague don't need a screener?
Full court shot. I love the effort. A tip of the cap to Trevelyan Queen for giving it the old college try. What a performance by Eberlein Drive. The #1 seed playing like it here in Wichita. They lead by 15 as we've made it to halftime. 40-25, what had been a lead of 9 points at the end of the first quarter has swelled to a lead of 15. Let's check in. Jen Hale standing by with Eberlein Drive head coach Cody Topper.
A dominating performance offensively by Eberlein Drive this half, Eric. Coach, what do you like best about what your offense have done, whether it's in the paint or those double-digit scoring numbers already by Archie Goodwin?
Yeah, you know, the big thing is we are a paint break team. We want to assault the rim at all costs. When we do that, we know that's how we're going to open up our shooters on the perimeter. Guys are doing a good job of cleaning up the defensive glass, pushing in transition. We've got to make sure we stay with the game plan, understand what our strengths are, and continue to D up on this side. If we do that and push, I think we'll be all right in the second half.
You've crashed the glass. You have out-rebounded them by 50% for most of the game. How important is that to victory tonight?
Well, we knew coming into the game that 3 guys were going to carry the offensive load, and what that means is they have some energy guys out there that crash the offensive glass every single time. Bodies on bodies is the key to that, and making sure we've got all 5 guys pursuing that rebound, because that's the key to our offense.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck second half.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thank you so much. Magnificent stuff. Eberlein Drive. They attempt just 3 3-pointers in the first 2 quarters. They make just 1, yet the offense is cooking. They have a 40-point performance through the first 2 quarters, and they lead Florida TNT by 15. 40-25 is our score. We've made it to intermission here in Wichita.
25 is your halftime score here in Wichita, Florida. TNT making some fast and furious adjustments inside their locker room right now. This is your halftime report presented by Air Force Reserve. You are watching the basketball tournament, the $1 million winner-take-all tournament. We are playing right now in Wichita, and tomorrow night, get set for a scintillating Final Four in the West Virginia region. You've got the #1 seed, Sideline Cancer, versus the number 12 seed, the Buccaneers. Is this an upset in the making? Find out Wednesday, 7 Eastern on ESPN3. Seth Greenberg, Chris Bosters, and Angel Gray have all your coverage, including the face-off between the 6 seed Team 23 and the number 2 team, Best Virginia. That's Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN3. And of course, the action is just getting started here in Wichita tonight. Halftime of Eberlein Drive versus Florida TNT. And coming up after that, switch over to ESPN because you do not want to miss this face-off between Challenge ALS and the home team, the Aftershocks. We are expecting a packed house for that one. This crowd has been fantastic here in Wichita. Yesterday was a day off for both teams. Challenge ALS getting in a really good practice. Take a look at these half-court shots, everybody. They are on fire. They cannot miss. ALS, there's a reason why they have been a perennial favorite in this tournament year in and year out. And you are watching one of the many reasons, one of the many things Challenge ALS does so well. It was a fantastic practice for them yesterday to get ready to face off versus this Aftershock team. But they are going to have quite the challenge, contending not just with the team on the court, but also, as I mentioned, that home crowd. We are expecting the largest crowd ever in TBT history for this one coming up at 9 o'clock. The Aftershocks band will be jamming. This is Sunday. Amazing energy. And guess what? After this miracle win by the Aftershocks, they sold 4,000 more tickets to tonight's game. So this place is going to be rocking. Charles Koch Arena is the place to be, and if you can't join us in person, you're definitely going to want to tune in on ESPN. Keep it right here. We've got much more TBT action coming at you as Florida TNT and Eberlein Drive have their second half coming up after these messages.
back, everyone. We are in Wichita, Kansas. We're clicking our heels. We found ourselves here in America's heartland, and we've enjoyed it. We've been here for close to a week now, and man, they love their basketball. They love their TBT here in Wichita, and I think everyone who has seen Eberlein Drive is starting to really love what they're all about. They have been magnificent now through 2.5 games. They lead Florida TNT here at the half. Getting ready to play our second half with Fran Fraschilla. I am Eric Collins, and man, what an eyeful this Eberlein Drive team has become.
Lots of weapons. 7 guys coming into tonight, double figures. But the 2 Kentucky guys, particularly in the first half, were outstanding. John Calipari's going to love what Marcus Teague and Archie Goodwin did. And they're not alone, but we'll just show you some highlights because they were terrific. Archie Goodwin in transition, getting out and scoring. Little pick and roll action, getting downhill. They really do a good job. Eberlein Drive of spreading the floor. And then Marcus Teague, boy, his brother Jeff will like that. Jeff's playing in the Game 6 tonight, the NBA Finals, chance to win a ring. And Marcus, I'm sure, is going to be glued to the TV a little later on tonight.
Marcus Teague had 8 points in that first half of play. Archie Goodwin had 13. Add it all up, and Eberlein Drive, they're 40 points coming on 53% shooting. I love the fact that this is old school basketball. They're not just firing up threes nilly-willy. They're actually taking it to the cup. They're getting dunks, they're getting layups, they're getting fouled, and they're making their free throws.
Well, they have
points in the paint.
Yeah, they have a plan. We pointed out that they play 5 out. They move their center out to the top of the key, and they really spread the floor, to your point, for those drives.
So Eberlein Drive will start this third quarter with the basketball. They have 3 former NBA players on the floor. At the ball, Marcus Teague, Archie Goodwin, and Jeremy Evans. Also on the floor, A.J. Slaughter and Nick Mayo, who has been all everything so far here in the first 3 games of this TBT. Skip past Goodwin, wide open. Florida TNT dodge a bullet. All right, what's Florida TNT going to have to do, Fran, to get back in this game?
Don't turn the ball over. Get a good shot every time. Get to the basket. Get downhill. Open up the threes with the drives like that.
Chris Warren, or Ole Miss star, gets the first basket of the second half. Winner advances to championship week in Dayton, July 31st. And a turnover. It's a wonderful start for Florida TNT. Bad pass picked off by Teague. Missed opportunity. Teague has his arm grab as he tries to go through the double team.
I love what he did right there. Marcus Teague read the floor, was counting numbers, figuring out whether he was the guy to get to the basket or was he going to spray it, and he got to the rim.
Foul called on Drew Smith. This week's Wednesday Night Baseball game features a great pitching matchup. The Cubs are going to send Kyle Hendricks to the mound, taking on Adam Wainwright and the Cardinals. Action starts 8 Eastern, 7 Central on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and the ESPN app. One tap.
Love that baseball music. ESPN.
Dominic Jones, very slow first half for him. Bit of a surprise considering how well he's been playing. Just 2 points, and that one spins out. We'll play a full 9-minute third quarter, and then we will play the Elam ending once we get to the fourth quarter. Play the first 5 minutes. Once the game clock goes below 4 minutes, game clock's turned off. Team with the lead will have 8 points added to their total, and that will be the target score that both sides will try and get to win the ball game. Boynton has it tipped through.
Good effort by Eberlein.
TBT, you're allowed to touch the basketball when it's in the cylinder, and that was an example of just that.
And that's exactly how Mark-Eddie Eberlein plays and how he played at Florida Gulf Coast.
Good win, beautiful move.
The reason, Eric, there's so much attempt at the rim and the driving is because they really do a great job of playing without a post man. That floor is wide open by design.
Warren used his body to wall off Mayo. Smallest man on the floor, already a couple of layups here in this third quarter. Check in with Jen Hales. Jen, what's going on?
Eric, you mentioned that different look that Florida TNT has come out on the court with. They had a come to Jesus talk in the locker room at halftime about their sluggish start. They talked a lot about pride and effort. They're very embarrassed about that rebounding number. 24-12 was the differential at the half. So expect them to play with a lot more intensity and put this together, at least make it tough for Eberlein Drive. And yes, Dominique Jones, he needs to get going this half, and he knows it.
Win or go home.
Yep. Thank you, Jen.
Yep, win or go home.
And these guys are pros. You know, they've been playing a long time overseas, and they understand that a 15-point deficit at the half is not a death sentence.
No, and I will tell you, I've said this a couple times now. Eberlein Drive, since they got that double-digit lead, they have somewhat slept on the last quarter or so. So the door's open. The dragon door is there.
Evans leaves for Eberlein Drive. He's replaced by Marcus Lee. Warren super aggressive here in the second half, and a foul committed by Archie Goodwin.
Like those pros, they just put their hand up. Yeah, I did it.
Here in TBT, everyone gets 6 fouls, which I think is the perfect amount. Anyone wants a game decided because of foul trouble. Kenny Boynton, that's the way he used to do it when he was a Florida Gator.
Yep, and I'm just telling you, we've seen a lot of comebacks in this tournament. Of course, we saw one earlier in this tournament. Stillwater coming back from 24 down.
Trevlin Queen, his first shot of the second half's a triple.
That young guy, if he makes that 3 ball, along with all the other things he does, you know who he could be like? He could be like Royce O'Neal from the Jazz.
Sure.
If he can make shots along with defense, you know what?
Starting to heat up.
Yeah. Kenny played in China last year.
A long 2 for Boynton. He's got the last 5 for Florida TNT.
See how they keep that floor spread. That's why.
Goodwin with the left hand. Here comes Florida TNT. Warren. Drew Smith taps it through. How about that for some wingspan?
Really good energy by Drew Smith. He's really active.
Smith, a 4-year player from Liberty, but he's a Florida native. That's why he's on Florida TNT. Queen is fouled, makes a hard tumble.
That's nice. He hit the 3, close out, they chase him off the line. Trevlin Queen gets downhill. What a great story. 3 junior college. Watch the tip out right there. Tip in by Drew Smith. How about Trevlin Queen? He's playing junior college basketball at the College of Marin, a junior college obviously in north of San Francisco. They throw all the players out of this apartment they had because the rent wasn't paid. He becomes homeless.
As a junior college player.
Lives in a car. Things work out for him in the end. He ends up down in New Mexico State and became a really good WAC player. I think he's got a chance to play in the league.
Trevlin Queen's winning share will be set with Zell. He's expecting $37,500 should Eberlein Drive win this TBT. Drew Smith is going to sit for a spell. He's replaced by Matt Williams. Williams wears number 12.
Matt Williams, former member of the Miami Heat.
2017, getting a couple of games in the NBA. Blocked away by Mayo. And it's last touched by Marquetti Norelia. Good job defensively by Mayo and Eberlein Drive. They've got the lead, and we've got a timeout. 48-37 is our score.
Watch the pro block right here. Stay vertical. Don't reach in like you did in college. You learn that when you become a pro.
take a look at our hustle play brought to you by E&J Brandy.
Archie Goodwin, young man out of Little Rock, Arkansas, former Kentucky Wildcat. He led them in scoring his freshman year before opting into the NBA draft. Parts of 5 seasons in the league, and most recently a stint in France last year. The year before, he played in Germany with Killian Hayes, the rookie from the Detroit Pistons for home. But Archie's still a young guy.
Be sure to visit E&J website to watch the Hustle series featuring TBT teams and players. Little Rock, Arkansas, that's the home of great Sidney Moncrief.
Yes, it is. The 3 Musketeers. What was it? 3
Marvin Delp, Johnny Brewer,
Yep.
Sidney Moncrief. And a foul called on Norelia. And we're going to have free throws once again for Trevor Queen.
That's a great example coming out of a timeout. A well-coached team. They've been spreading the floor all night. They set up the back cut. Trevor Queen's going to go to the line. What I love about the league, and you've been around that league for so long, is when guys pop up on rosters at 25 or 26, like Royce O'Neal, who was in Spain prior to coming to the Jazz. All over the league, guys are like that. You go, that's good for him. Guy worked at it, didn't happen right away. Trevor Queen, I'm telling you, Eric, you've seen NBA basketball. One of those guys that you might be calling his game in a couple of years, if not soon. Anybody on the Hornets like that? Like a late bloomer?
Not really.
Yeah.
Not really.
Got a lot of high
talking about
picks.
Torrey Craig is a guy who's in the finals right now.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even P.J. Tucker.
Totally.
Spent a little bit of time in the NBA and then was gone for 6 years.
Yep. No doubt about it.
Big man. Pete Clanton didn't get the start to begin our second half. Back in the game right now, and he gets himself a layup. And a foul called on Devin Robinson. One Florida Gator fouls another as Robinson ran into Kenny Boynton.
But I think that they're saying that Boynton might have initiated it.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I like it. Well, Devin sold it too. That's 2 Gators right there. They Billy Donovan teach that. A little flop right there. Got away with that, I thought.
So it stays with Eberlein Drive, leading the basketball up by 10. Slaughter, Lee, Queen, Robinson, and Howard, the 5 on the floor for Eberlein Drive. And a strong move by Marcus Lee will give him free throw. 4 fouls on Clanton.
Let's go.
He gets 6.
He's pleading his case right now. Here's the drive, draws the help. Oh, he got him. What's he arguing about? Come on, man. Easy ball. You know what? One of these officials is going to run by us at the table sometime this year in the NBA or in college, and they're going to yell at us, "Hey, I heard you Thursday night. You stink."
One out of 2 for Marcus Lee.
You know, officiating is the only profession where you got to start off perfect and improve from there.
Dominic Jones.
Good D on Robinson.
It's 2:40 remaining third quarter.
Lots of space. A lot of room out there to drive it.
Howard looking for someone. Finds Lee. Back out to a wide open Robinson. Just the 6th three-pointer taken by Eberlein Drive. Pass picked off by Robinson. Queen. Boom. Back of the well. Circling Queen.
Who's watching? Who's watching? I've got some NBA friends out there. They're going to take a peek at this kid.
He's now in double figures. He's got 11 points coming off the bench.
Last year in the G League, he shot about 31% behind the arc. That's got to improve.
Now Queen trying to stop Jones. Long 3. How about Matt Williams? First three-pointer of the ball game for the 27-year-old.
That is exactly what Matt Williams does. Guy made 274 threes in college.
Queen looking for 2 in a row. 11-point game. Boynton was hot early part of this third quarter. Boynton straight on look. That's his second three-pointer of the quarter. He's now in double figures. He leads the team with 11 points.
And inside of double figures for Florida TNT. Remember, they've got to just keep this game within distance because of the Elam ending. Got to give themselves a chance.
Slaughter, off balance, long 2. Give A.J. Slaughter 2 points and a foot on the line.
That's a former Hilltopper right there, A.J. Slaughter. Played for Darren Holmes.
All right, both sides figuring out the offense. Right now. That's 4 and 3.
And I'll tell you, Eric, now it's down to 7. They have given themselves a chance. I wouldn't shoot this quick if I were A.J. Slaughter. Don't give them your opponent another possession here.
Loose, picked up in the corner.
Too anxious.
Florida TNT has possession of the basketball. Shot clock is off. No reason to hurry here. They've already chipped away from a 15-point halftime deficit.
Smart move by Boynton.
Boynton to 3. And that'll do it for our third quarter. Heck of a comeback by Florida TNT. They were down 40-25 at the half. They're now down by just 7. They got a puncher's chance as we head to the final stanza. 55-48 is our score. The fourth quarter and the Elam ending when we return. Let's take a look at today's Turning Point, brought to you by E&J Brandy and the National Urban League.
Florida TNT 3 for 4 in that third quarter, inching back in it. We talked about it in the second quarter, parts of the third. I thought Eberlein Drive kind of put it on cruise. And I think, Eric, they've opened the door for this Florida TNT team to make a strong comeback in the fourth quarter. What happens when we get to the 4-minute mark?
Oh, we're going to have the Elam ending.
I like it.
Which changes everything.
Absolutely.
Heck of a third quarter for Florida TNT. They outscore Eberlein Drive 23-15. Outscored Eberlein Drive by 8 points. Had been down by 15 at the half. Now they're only down by 7. And oh, by the way, they've got the basketball. Here comes Dominic Jones. Just 2 points on 1 inning shooting, but he's man with the ball right now. He's better than that. And an early foul called on Eberlein Drive.
Dominique has averaged 20 points and 5 assists in the first 2 games. So, to your point, let's see if he kind of ratchets up the intensity. But he is a terrific facilitator. Wants the corner.
Wonderful defense in
Nice.
the inbound. That's tremendous.
They scouted him.
That's tremendous. Here comes Goodwin the other way. Nick Mayo. Goodwin, offensive rebound. Boynton rips it away. No damage done for Florida TNT. Chris Warren's come alive here in the second half. On the block, Norelia is fouled by Slaughter. Mark Eddie Norelia, 28-year-old, played at Florida Gulf Coast and Tulane as a college player. Born in Haiti, speaking exclusively Creole before coming to the States.
Came over the first time and really didn't feel comfortable. Went back to Haiti, came back over 6th grade, figured things out, played a little football, basketball. That's a good hard foul right there. Mark Eddie gravitated to the hardwood. Probably a smart move. Speaking of football right here, this is a hard foul.
Yeah, it is.
Mark, Williams, Matt Williams.
So one former NBA player fouls another. Matt Williams fouls Devin Robinson. Robinson spent 2 years with the Washington Wizards. Virginia native who played collegiately at Florida. Substitution coming into the game. Keith Clanton, he replaces Matt Williams. Tristan Spurlock also comes into the game for Florida TNT. Kenny Boynton's sitting right now, so an offensive weapon on the bench for Florida TNT. They're down by 8 points. Clanton working on Mayo. Got in deep and flipped it through.
Man, he's a handful. Really a good technician in the low post. Love those guys who figure it out as they get older and older. He's good in there. He's tough.
Clanton's got to be careful, though. He's been plagued with foul trouble. Currently on the floor with 4 fouls. Maybe that's why he couldn't contest that.
To your point,
yeah. The layup to Goodwin.
I was thinking the exact same thing. He kind of backed off, knowing he needs to stay on the floor.
Norelia, lefty jumper. Marcus Teague is tied up. Alternate possession arrow is going to keep it with Eberlein Drive. Just in case you're not familiar, I'm saying Eberlein Drive. Eberlein Drive is the name of the cul-de-sac that founder Jacob Hirschman grew up on in Fraser, Michigan, just outside of Detroit.
Yep, about 8 miles north or so. And Jacob Hirschman actually played in the first TBT back in 2014. And if you've seen him play, you know why he gravitated to the executive level. But he has certainly put together, along with Matt Mitchell, a dynamic program.
Oh, guys want to play for Eberlein Drive. They get treated well, and they got a chance every single year of taking home the top prize. Haven't done it yet, but they've always got a chance. And a foul committed. Robinson on Robinson.
Would that be Robinson on Robinson crime?
It would be. Brandon Robinson's going to get free throws after being fouled by Devin Robinson. I think now as an announcer I'm supposed to say, no relation.
This young man played at Clayton State in Georgia. Division II All-American.
Let's send it over to Jen Hale. Jen, what's going on?
Well, Eric, Franny was talking about Jacob Hirschman and the beginnings of Eberlein Drive. Do you know if Jacob had to go to the hospital after that first game? That's how rough, that's how outmatched Eberlein Drive was for that first experience. In fact, Sports Illustrated even wrote an article about how they were the lost cause of TBT. That's how bad they were. Imagine now the patience, the growth that they have experienced. They're the #1 seed coming out of this Wichita region. Certainly looks like, unless things change, they've punched their ticket to Dayton. So what a journey for them. One of our original TBT teams. So glad to see all their progress and success.
And a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. Thank you, Jen. They didn't get a chance to play last year. They're all ready to go and had to withdraw at the last moment. Just because of COVID issues. Last year was a different year. And only a handful of teams, not the normal 64, were involved. It was all completed in a bubble. They weren't able to play last year. It's the first time that they didn't actually get to play a game in TBT action.
They went from Jacob Hirschman playing to 4 NBA guys out here tonight.
A little different.
They've come a long way, no question about it. A couple of years ago, they had a water main break on Eberlein Drive in the cul-de-sac, and that caused a lot of havoc in Fraser, Michigan.
Dominic Jones. Maybe that'll get him started.
I'm telling you.
Just the second field goal for Jones. He's got 4 points.
I told you, Eric, in the first half, I thought Eberlein Drive started to put it in cruise.
Slaughter. Long rebound run down by Jones.
Oh, he can't get up.
Travel.
Can't get up.
Once you go to the ground with the ball, you can't get back up.
Oh, he had 2 teammates around him. They were calling for the ball. And Dominique, just a little brain freeze right there. He's played a long time. He knows better. Big possession, too. I'm telling you, they're in this game. This is one of those what happened games if somehow Florida TNT comes back and wins this.
Lee rolls to the cup, can't put it away. Here comes Florida TNT. They've got numbers. Chris Warren. Now even strength. Kenny Boynton still on the bench right now for Florida TNT. And a bump will send Brandon Robinson back to the free throw line.
The door was cracked open in the first half. It's now all the way open for Florida TNT. We talked about all the great talent of Eberlein Drive. But just smart pass right there by Brandon Robinson will go to the foul line.
Robinson made 3 a moment ago. He's now made 4 in a row.
Brandon Robinson, one of 3 Lake Wales High School, not necessarily teammates, but alumni, along with Dominic Jones and Alante Fenner. By the way, played as a freshman at Lake Wales.
Doc Rivers,
the big fella, Stoudemire.
Morris Stoudemire. I thought you were going to go with Austin Rivers.
Austin Rivers, what?
4-point game. All right, who knew this was coming? Florida TNT, they were down by 15 at the half. Slaughter hit one a moment ago. He's missed his last 2. Dominic Jones on the run out. 5:15 remaining. Last touch by who? Last touch by Eberlein Drive. Florida TNT on a 7-0 run right when they needed it most.
Take a look right here. This ball is deflected out of bounds. But hey, listen, there's nobody to. Eberlein Drive's got nobody to blame but themselves. They put it on cruise with that 15-point lead, and now they're going to be in a dogfight, and they're going to feel awful if they lose this game.
Look at Brandon Robinson.
Yep.
Robinson has got 8 in this mini run right now for Florida TNT. It's a 1-point game.
Eberlein Drive has lost their mojo.
Mayo gets it right back.
Yep.
How about 3 for Nick Mayo?
Good little pick and pop by Nick Mayo right there. Good basketball.
Robinson off balance, hits another. Brandon Robinson come alive. He's got 10 points all here in this 4th quarter.
Little pick and pop again. Let's see how they play it.
Teague wraparound pass to Lee.
Good. Way to mix it up right there. Instead of throwing it back, Teague took it to the paint with an easy dump off.
4-point game with 4:18 remaining here in our 4th quarter. Once we go below the 4-minute mark, the Elam ending will take over. That's a big possession. Clanton, give him a bucket. All right, it is a 2-point game. And a timeout is called by Eberlein Drive to set the score. 8 points will be added to Eberlein Drive's score. It's going to be 74 as our target score. Both sides will try and get to that number. It is a 2-point game. Who knew? The Elam ending when we return here in Wichita. TBT, the basketball tournament, is presented by Puma and by Air Force Reserve. Explore your opportunities with Air Force Reserve.
Archie, Nick, go early. We got to have Chris.
Come on, man. Defense, man. On D.
You got to come and get this catch right square on with Marcus. All right, Marcus is going to throw it to you. AJ, clear to the corner today. Nick Mayo, you're right here. Stay high. All right? Marcus Lee, you have to turn around and follow. Marcus Teague, you got to run after that shit like you're trying to get it back. Hard. All right? You're going to keep it. Turn the corner. You've got corner shooter right here, and we've got Nick Mayo with the cut as you're coming down. After you screen, you stay high.
We're playing without fouling down there. Yeah, fouling the Elam's a shot, and the ball out of bounds. Okay, shooting is too. We're in the bonus already. All right. We are not. Let's go on the offense.
Hey, the big key is this. We want to assault the rim. Handoff actions are great because they're aggressive at the point of the screen. Take away transition that way. Everybody run back now in transition defense when we need it, okay?
No foul.
Let's go.
Let's go together. Together.
We have made it to our Elam ending. This is what we've been waiting for, folks. It's a 2-point game. The target score is 74. Eberlein drive. They've got a 2-point lead and the basketball. Once someone scores that 74th point, this game is over. TBT always ends with a made shot. Either a free throw, a 2-pointer, or a 3-pointer. But the ball's got to go through. You're not going to hear a buzzer ending the game. It's not going to be triple zeros because the game clock is off. It's going to be a winning bucket to decide who wins. Goodwin is fouled in the act of shooting. Archie Goodwin will have 2 free throws.
That's another example of a great out-of-timeout play set up by that coaching staff. Watch the little fake handoff, and that allows Archie Goodwin to get to the basket. There's the foul. 39-26 second half run by Florida TNT. In part, Eric, because Eberlein Drive put it on Cruz, and now they're in a dogfight.
It was a 15-point halftime lead for Eberlein Drive. 17 points for Archie Goodwin. That leads both sides, but the first free throw off the mark. He had been 5 for 5 at the line before that miss. 1 out of 2 for Goodwin. Kenny Boynton back in the game to run the point right now for Florida TNT. He's had a long rest. Brandon Robinson's been a huge story for Florida TNT. He's got the ball up high. Oh, goodness! Brandon Robinson has a corner!
Unbelievable. What an effort. Jen Hale told us that Dominique Jones was not happy with the first half.
We're tied at 76. Mayo misses the shot and a foul. Offensive foul as Clayton held his water.
Watch Brandon Robinson. He has been on fire. Former D2 All-American. These guys come from everywhere who can play. Now watch Keith Clanton. Big fella gets set, takes the blow. And Eberlein Drive has lost their poise in the second half.
Clinton playing with 4 fouls next to his name. Still had the confidence to take that charge. Florida TNT hadn't led in a month of Sundays, but they do now! Kenny Boynton makes that home!
Kenny Boynton has Mo on his side right now. Momentum.
Eberlein Drive on the ropes. Slaughter.
Short.
Can't answer. And now, 4 points away. Here come the Florida TNT.
Eric, don't think the Shocker fans don't know what's going on. They'd love to see an upset.
Let's see if they go inside. Clinton's been a bucket getter. Either a 2 or 3 will help the cause. And a foul called on Lee, trying to stop the big man.
Watch this right here. Off the catch. Kenny Boynton got started out this game slowly. And he and Robinson heating up from outside.
Because of the bonus situation, it's going to be 1 free throw and possession of the ball. That is a massive free throw for Clinton. Now Florida TNT can win it with a 3-pointer. They don't have to get the ball back.
And if you're Eberlein Drive, you got to chase him off the line.
What do you like here, Fran? You like playing for the 3 and the win, or just getting a 2 if it presents itself?
Set it up to get the best shot towards the paint. See if you can get the kick out for a 3, but don't get greedy because your opponent still has 2 possessions they need to score.
This is a quick timeout. Back in a moment.
Other guy in the corner. We go down the middle. All right, Nick. You go over this. I'm sorry, hit T2. Nick.
During that timeout, Florida TNT working on something. A 3 ends it. Eberlein Drive, they need to play some defense if their dreams aren't going to go to dust.
Now you don't need the tough 3 here because your opponent, actually, I said 2, it's actually 3 possessions away. So don't jack a bad one.
A 3 ends it for Florida TNT. Robinson
out
to Spurlock. And the game continues. A foul call as hitting the deck is A.J. Slaughter.
Only the 3rd, so they'll take it out of bounds.
Adversity for Eberlein Drive.
It's the foul right here. Now I think if you're Eberlein Drive, the odds are not with you, so you do have to smell out the 3 ball. They need 3 possessions of buckets.
Eberlein Drive only 1 point here in this Elam ending. It was a free throw by Archie Goodwin. A whole bunch of nothing besides that. Trevelin Queen back on the floor. Here's Queen, has his pocket picked by Clinton. Robinson, back out to Warren. Clinton was wide open underneath. They're thinking 3. Warren, got it!
Great effort. We said it in the second quarter. Eberlein Drive, they were on cruise control driving down Eberlein Drive. There's that dribble pull-up that he's made so famous. When he starts to shake and bake, he's not driving. It's a hezzy pull-up. And they got caught watching the paint dry. Chris Warren, big ones from behind the arc.
Of their last 8 shots, they go on a 10-0 run, and they erase what had had been a 15-point deficit at the half. They erased what had been an 8-point deficit after the first 3 quarters, and they storm to an Elam-ending win over Eberlein Drive.
You would say it's an upset because of the rankings, but when you throw Kenny Boynton out there, Chris Warren, and Dominique Jones, and their experience at TBT, this is Dominique Jones' 4th appearance. No surprise. They never gave up.
Florida TNT is now on their way to Dayton, the first team to punch their ticket to championship week. They are now just 3 wins away from $1 million. An absolute stunner. In keeping with tradition, the ceremonial placing of the name on the bracket. Florida TNT, they're on to Dayton.
Gotta love it. Brandon Robinson does the honors. And why not? Sizzling in the second half.
Sizzling in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
Robinson, a 13-point 4th quarter. He was tremendous. And Florida TNT lives to fight another day. Their quest for $1 million is still alive. Now, Jen Hale told us she was listening in, had a chance to talk to the head coach for Florida TNT, Iron Rainey, and he said, you know what? We're going to get after it in the second half. They did, and they come up victorious. Only a TBT, huh? Let's send it over to Jen Hale. Jen, take it away.
What an upset. What a tremendous victory. We are here with Chris Warren, the guy who shot the Elam ender. Chris, walk me through that shot. What did you see? What were you thinking?
We got a steal, I believe. But I know if I got a one-on-one chance, I seen my big man wide open. I didn't get it to him. I was late. But I know they were playing off me because I was going to the whole second half, so I knew they were going to let me shoot, so I just rose up and shot it.
You were down by 15 at halftime. It looked dismal for your squad. What turned things around, especially in that 4th quarter?
Just discipline. We had a game plan. We stuck with it. We came at halftime. We were down 15. But we say, hey, we know we're going to be in for a game. It's not going to be easy. We stuck with it, and we got the game.
Brandon Robinson, 13 points in the 4th quarter alone. How big was he to this victory?
He was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? First game he played, he came out. He was a little nervous, but he got the nervousness out. He was ready to play. We called on his number, and he made it happen.
Yes, he did. You all did. And you are moving on to Dayton, knocking off the #1 seed. Congratulations, Chris. We'll see you in Dayton.
Thank you very much. See you.
Guys.
Jen, thank you so much. Well, geez, that was totally unexpected, but a wonderful example of what the TBT is all about. Florida TNT, now the first team to clinch a berth in championship week in Dayton. They're going to take on the winner of our second game. So they may stick around just to get a scout. Fran Fraschilla, your thoughts on the performance by Florida TNT?
I would tell you, to me, it wasn't totally unexpected because we said in the second quarter that I thought Eberlein Drive, remember those turnovers and empty possessions? I felt that they opened the door for Florida TNT to come back and get into this game. They never really got their mojo back after they got that big lead early. And these guys are pro players. You know, you've seen it every night in the NBA. These guys can get buckets. And if you don't match scoring with them, you're going to allow a team to come back. Exactly what happened tonight.
We were talking beginning of the game about Dominique Jones, who was the big star through the first 2 games here in TBT for Florida TNT. He did not have a big game. He only made 2 shots from the field, but the fact that this team is deep enough to get the win without him speaks volumes for what they theoretically could do in Dayton.
As you know, and as we found out throughout the years, 80% of these guys play professional basketball around the world. They are better than when you watch them in college. And so Brandon Robinson, Clayton State in Georgia, okay, kid out of Lake Wales High School, but he's playing pro ball around the world. He's a darn good player. We saw it tonight. Chris Warren, Great performance. It's fun, but not surprising from the standpoint, if you don't shut the door on a good team, you're going to give them an opportunity, and they took advantage of it tonight, Florida TNT.
It's a small thing, too, but I don't want to get lost in what we just saw. Keith Clanton, to have a low-post presence, a guy who is going to occupy defenders. It's a wonderful weapon to have in this day and age, particularly at this level. He's a guy who can really do work inside that paint.
And you can't double team him, because if you double team him, those other guys are going to spray the ball and knock down threes. They had a great balance of inside and out tonight, Eric. They really did.
And a tough way to go for Eberlein Drive. How do you explain it? You know, they were just phenomenal for the first 2 games. They have so many wonderful, talented players, but they just can't get out of Wichita. Sure hope you enjoyed it. 74-67 is the final score. Florida TNT picks up the win with a fantastic Elam ending. For Fran Trischilla, Jen Hale, and our entire crew, I'm Eric Collins saying so long, everyone.